told me a few months ago that I would be giving my very own TED speech today, I would probably faint, wake up to only faint again. You see, this is the impossible. Well, at least for me. So I stand here today hoping not to disappoint anyone. However, I do apologize if I do so. Now, you see, anxiety is this constant that I have been dealing with for a very, very long time. Always reminding, never really confiding. My mind at times is this breeding ground for demons of many. They thrive like bacteria and plague those invigorating ideas that promise me the stars. But then there is my heart, pumping, beating, invigorating. This battle between the epitome of love and deprecation consumes my sanity, leaving me helpless. As a result, I always choose the demon. Why, you may ask? Well, isn't it always easier to sort of feel sorry for yourself than to not feel at all? Haven't we all put on that sad playlist whilst feeling like the world is conspiring against us just to make ourselves feel like we're not the only ones in this turmoil I like to call life? In this bargain, I simply suffocate those outlets, those sprouts of hope. But then again, there are those moments, simple moments which transform my perspective. They give me the ability to recognize what lies beyond my tears. There are moments throughout the day which empower me, make me feel simply alive. Now, I have dealt with my fair share of mental breakdowns, from deciding if I want to be the next Rupee Kaur to navigating the sea of life. From simply deciding if I want to be happy to regretting every decision that I have made thus far, including the reason I am here today, even though I know your judgments are bound to send me down this black hole of sorrow. And the worst part is, for all you know, I may even enjoy it. A good friend of mine once blatantly told me that I enjoy my pain. Not gonna lie, but I have thought about this a lot. Why is it that sorrow and grief and sympathy become this tool to gain validation, if that makes sense? For example, I think about the reason as to why I am so cheerful and tell myself not to be that happy. I then tell myself to shut up and enjoy the moment because life is too short in Hakuna Matata, right? It is extremely weird, but why do I feel so guilty for being even remotely happy? Why can't I enjoy the authenticity of it all without overthinking and hyping myself to the point where I cannot take it anymore and anxiety once again rings the doorbell to my once mellow heart? Now, I'm not going to list a number of ways you can master your mind. There's plenty of that available online. Trust me, I have gone through it all. Some are pretty stupid enough and go to the extent to tell you to rewire your brain. Well, thank you to those sites, but without sounding prude, how am I supposed to rethink if all I can do is think about rethinking what I think? Now, I want you to imagine being encompassed in this mysterious vacuum of sorrow. Each minute feels like eternity. Imagine at this very moment you feel the presence of someone, something, extending his, her, or its hand and pulling you out of that void of emptiness. Now, imagine a wide creek flowing in front of you, towering trees lining the horizon of wonder. Overhead, the infinite blanket encapsulating vivid memories of every soul dead or alive. Imagine sitting on the bank of this very creek, listening to the gentle waves and wishing to melt into this very scenario, wishing to remain like this forever, as if trapped in a picture. This is what I hoped mastering my mind would be like, liberating and gentle. But mastering your mind is equivalent to figuring out yourself. Sometimes you have to let certain things be, even if you really want it, like that helping hand or that blanket of hope. That's the way life works, and simply what I have come to terms with. Sometimes it is okay to let your mind wander. Don't constantly scrutinize yourself. You are only human. This vicious cycle will never leave your heart alone unless you decide to control its visiting hours. You have to realize that you're not alone in this. I agree that the demons can and will outnumber you at times. But in order to succeed, you need to show your worth on this battlefield. Take charge. It is your body. It is your very own mind. You know it best. You have programmed it to work this way. As Dr. K from This Is Us rightly said, I'd like to think that one day you'll be an old man, talking a young man's ear off, explaining to him how you took the sourest lemon that life has to offer and turned it into something resembling lemonade. Don't let those demons get to you. Find your version of make believe and try turning it into your very own reality. Try looking for those moments throughout your day and grasp them in your fist and shout out loud in the most evilest voice possible. I am the master of my own mind. I mean, I am standing here in front of you all for that very reason.